Hello everyone, this is the final video lesson from me on your coursework, and today we're going to talk about the importance of and how to create a really good example of a bibliography. So you're writing your coursework essay, and as you go through those 3,000 words, one of the things you're considering is a list of all of the critics, articles, journals, books, websites that you have referred to, arguments that you've engaged with, but also ideas that you've borrowed and where you've borrowed them from. You are going to create a list of all of these ideas, and when it's properly formatted at the end of your essay, that's when we call it a bibliography. You'll also come across the term works cited list, which is a very similar thing to a bibliography, really. The difference is that a bibliography includes all of the texts that you have referred to, as well as ones that you have used but haven't referred to by name, whereas a works cited list is just a list of all of the texts that you specifically name in your essay. I'm going to encourage you to go for a bibliography for your coursework essay because it gives your reader a much broader sense of all of the literature that you've referred to. There are 3 reasons why you need to include a bibliography in your English coursework essay. The first reason is possibly the most important. By including a bibliography, you are helping, it's not the whole thing, but you're helping yourself to avoid plagiarism. As you know, plagiarism is the deliberate or inadvertent stealing of someone else's ideas, work, or indeed sections of their writing. By quoting specifically from someone's work and then including the title and the details of where to find that work in your bibliography, you're showing your reader and indeed the marker that what you have done is use those ideas from someone else in a way that helped you to create your own original ideas. You've not just pinched them. The second reason you include a bibliography is because it helps to demonstrate the wide range of reading that you have done in preparation for your essay. And you want to do that because obviously your essay itself should speak to the hard work you've done, should be the evidence of the hard work you've done. But the bibliography just adds that final touch to for your reader to show them that yes, here is someone who has read widely, considered all of the arguments out there, and here is the comparison that you think is most important to make. And the third reason you should include a bibliography, and must include one in your English coursework, is that this is the best preparation for academic research that you will do at university or in other contexts after sixth form. It's something that will be expected of you from day one there, so here we are getting you ready to do it now. Look with me at this example bibliography from a piece of coursework submitted last year. Now you'll notice a few things about this example. Firstly, it's 12 items long. You can't see it all on your screen now, but you can see that it's alphabetically ordered, and we go down to the first 7 in fact, of the items in the bibliography here. Your bibliography should be between 10 and 20 items long for a 3,000 word essay. That's how many articles, journals, books we'd expect you to have consulted in preparing your essay. Each entry in your bibliography should include the surname of your author, the initials of the author, the date in which it was published, the title, and the location of the publication, so where it was published, and the publishing organisation. Most commonly, you'll have to reference a book with one author. Now let's take the Bloody Chamber as an example of how to format individual entries in your bibliography, because you'll have to include the Bloody Chamber in your bibliographies. So you start with the surname, and you move from there to the initial, Carter A. Not sure if she had a middle name, but anyway, Carter A does the job. The date, 1979, and then the title, which you put into italics. After that, then the information that might seem less obvious to you, but is still vitally important, the location in which it was published, it was put out in London, and the publisher, Victor Gollancz Limited. Now, notice also the punctuation that I've highlighted here. You've got a mix of commas, full stops, a colon after the location, and a full stop at the end. Another really common form of entry in your bibliography is a journal article. Let's take this student's reference to Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs as an example of such a journal article. Now, many of the elements are similar to those for the book. You've got the surname, the initials of the writer, the date, the year in which it's published, and the article title. But you'll notice that separately you've then got the journal title, and it's that you put into italics. Think about how journals like magazines are published in issues, maybe different volumes. You need to include the number, the edition of the journal. And then at the end, you have your page numbers, a range of pages that you would find the article in. Just notice that the only additional punctuation you have here is the brackets that go around the issue number of the journal in question. Without complicating things too much, I'll just tell you that the system of referencing that we've been using here, the style of referencing, is called the Harvard style. Now, don't worry too much about that. When you go to university, you'll find out all about the other styles, I'm sure. But the important thing for now to know is that if you have an item that isn't a book and isn't an article from a journal, there are loads of resources online, like the one I'm about to show you, that you can use to reference in the right style. Say, for example, if you've got a book by more than one author. So let's do that now. If there's a university that you know you want to go to, you might want to have a look at the guides that they put out. But a personal favourite of mine is Anglia Ruskin's Harvard referencing system that you can find in the way I've just shown you. You type it in, you go to their website, and what you come up with is this exhaustive list of all the different types of references you might include in your reference list or bibliography. Look at that, you've even got vinyl records. If you want to refer to a track on a vinyl record, this is how you do it. But as you can see here, in the drop-down menu, you've got books with multiple authors, there's the format, and they've even given you a series of examples underneath to show you exactly how it's done. So that's how to put your bibliography together. 2 top tips. Firstly, keep a record of all of the books, journals, websites, etc. that you have referred to as you are writing the coursework. The bibliography actually takes longer than many people think. When you come to put it together, you don't leave it till the last minute, you do it as you go along. And as much as possible, you try and put it in the right format as you go along, so that you don't have to spend a whole day at the end, as I know some people have in the past. So use the referencing guide that I've shown you and the tips that I've given you today to make your lives as easy as possible and to make your essays the highest academic standard they can possibly be.